You know, at the outset of the Iran negotiations, the Obama administration said that a good deal would affirm that Iran does not have the right to enrich. They also said that keeping sanctions in place until Iran met concrete, verifiable standards. And they believed that they had to stop Iran's drive for a nuclear bomb. Listen, the president has abandoned all of those goals, and that's why the deal that we have out there, in my view, from what I know of it thus far, is unacceptable.
And welcome back to the Daily Wrap. That was Speaker of the House John Boehner today, pointing out that the president abandoned his own terms when laying out the deal with Iran. Here's more from the Speaker.
And this isn't about Democrats or Republicans. It's not a partisan issue at all. It's about right versus wrong. And we're going to do everything we can to get to the details. And if, in fact, it's as bad a deal as I think it is at this moment, we'll do everything we can to stop it.
Now, the president, on the other hand, says he will stop any effort out of Congress to kill the deal.
I am confident that this deal will meet the national security interests of the United States and our allies. So I will veto any legislation that prevents the successful implementation of this deal.
So the line has been drawn in the sand again. Let's bring in Congressman Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee. Thanks for joining us, Congressman. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
So both the White House and Iranian officials have claimed they have a great deal. Is this a good deal with Iran? I have a feeling you're going to say no.
No, it's not a good deal. Lack of transparency is a problem. The fact that you still have Iran with over 5,000 centrifuges. You've got some delays in there, the amount of enrichment they can do for an 8-year period of time. The arms embargo only lasts 5 years. All of those are problematic. And then one of the worst is they don't have any time, anywhere inspections. Iran will get a 2-week notice before they come in and inspect a facility. So that gives them 2 weeks to hide whatever it is they want to hide. And I think this is a really bad deal for us. It's a bad, bad deal.
Let me ask you a question. Does the president need Congress's approval to release the billions of Iranian frozen funds, or can he just do that by executive order?
He is going to need permission to do that. I know he wants to lift these sanctions, but you know, they have tried to bend and give and help Iran just as much as they can. It makes you wonder who's really driving these negotiations and who it is there to benefit, because you see benefit for Iran, you're not seeing benefit for the American people.
Congressman, it's Rick Unger. You know, I take your point when you express your concern over the 2-week notice provision. I'd even agree with you it's longer than I think it should be. However, can't we agree that the reality of the situation is such that to actually produce anything that they'd want to go hide once they get our 2-week notice, there would be a trail of distribution of materials coming into that country that we would be able to find not only through some of the mechanisms that are built into the deal, but basically by satellite or other means that we've long had to see when that's taking place. Are we not possibly overstating that concern?
I don't think we are overstating that concern. And I think that you have to look at the history that we have had with Iran. You have to look at their current actions. You have to...
Yep. Did we just lose?
I think we just lost her.
I think we lost the Congressman.
I think we did.
Okay.
Okay.
And we lost the congressman, unfortunately.
That's what happens when you disagree with me.
Does happen. You pay the price.
You don't disagree with me and expect not to be disconnected. I'm just saying.
It sounded like she was on dial-up, by the way. I was expecting you got mail for a moment, but we appreciate Congressman Blackburn. We appreciate you again coming on. So, guys, let's discuss this for a little bit.
One question we couldn't get to, unfortunately, because we lost her, is does this create an arms race? And that's something we've been talking about here in the Middle East, nuclear or otherwise.
Specifically Saudi Arabia.
Specifically Saudi Arabia.
See, my question about that, and it's absolutely fair to bring it up, and it's one of the things that does concern me in this deal, but I have to ask the question. I mean, the Saudis are not stupid. They've had the same concerns about a nuclear-armed Iran that we've had for a very long time. I don't quite get what triggers, this event triggers their desire, now we have to go build our own, when they wouldn't have wanted to do that going back ages. And don't you think they're probably already doing it anyhow?
So let me answer very quickly. erosion of trust. When America doesn't stand strong, the Saudis will default, and this will become an arms race because there will need to be in their minds a Sunni Arab bomb to compete with the Iranian Shia bomb. When the United States stands as a bulwark against that, then they can live with it. This welcomes Iran back into the community of nations in a way that is not only going to scare, but is going to motivate much of the Arab world.
I completely buy your point that the Sunni side will feel the need to have the same thing. What I don't buy is that this triggers that and that they wouldn't have figured that out before, knowing that we had this problem for some time with Iran.
Either way, Marie Harp deserves at least 90% of the credit for getting this deal done. I think that we could all agree with. Yes. Anyway, the Saudis said this new deal with Iran will make the Middle East more dangerous. Go to newsmaxtv.com/comments and let us know. Back with more after the break.
Attention homeowners. Quicken Loans has some very important information regarding the U.S. government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. We've told you about HARP in the past, and we're happy to